What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is episode 237 for your August 29, 2022, the go-home show of Clash at the Castle for your Monday Night Raw post show. Guys, not that this really says anything. This was it wasn't a bad Raw. It wasn't a bad Raw by any means, right? But I think it's kind of safe to say, and you guys can disagree with me if you want, that this was really not a lot happened on this show, and it's not really a bad thing because I think we all know what's happening in Clash of the Castle at this point. But this wasn't all that noteworthy of a show. It wasn't a bad show by any means, but I don't think it was really the best show that Triple H possibly could have put on for the go-home show of Clash at the Castle. I think for me personally, this was the worst Triple H run Monday Night Raw. But again, it's not a bad thing because we still got a pretty decent episode of the show tonight with the wrestling that we had involved. But with that being said, we got the Rollins and Riddle shit. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. The stuff with Eddie, we'll talk about Eddie. We'll talk about how much Dominic looks like Eddie. The stuff with Ray and Edge and the Judgment Day, like that was great. And the thing is, I do believe that Dominic will turn on them at Clash of the Castle. We got new women's tag team champions and an absolutely waste of a tournament, in my opinion. The tournament was a complete waste. You had control in your fucking hands when it comes to them being the tag team champions. And now it just looks like Aaliyah and Raquel are just placeholders for when the real champions come back, and that is Sasha Banks and Naomi. Again, it wasn't the best Monday Night Raw under Triple H, but it wasn't that bad either. So we're going to continue to go over what happened on the show tonight. Let me know what you guys think about it all in the live chat. If any of you guys are still here up until this point, I know it wasn't a bad show to get through. It's just not a lot happened. And usually I live tweet during shows. I didn't live tweet tonight, mainly because I didn't really think that any of it was really noteworthy, except for the stuff that I mentioned. We got new women's tag team champions. We got that Riddle and Rollins promo, which is fantastic. And, the Edge and Ray stuff. Other than that, it wasn't really all that big of a deal. I mean, yeah, sure, Sami and the Usos came out, but they were just talking. And that was really setting up the whole that was just them setting up the whole thing with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn when that further progresses, and that will further progress after Clash of the Castle. Kurt Angle's appearance on Monday Night Raw was completely harmless tonight, as it was the fate of Kurt Angle. If Street Profits lost, Kurt Angle would have to join the Alpha Academy, which I would not have actually minded because Kurt Angle and Chad Gable working together would have been awesome, but that was not going to happen. But otherwise, the show wasn't bad. It just wasn't the best Monday Night Raw that they could have put on for Clash at the Castle or the go-home show for Clash. But either way, guys, we're going to go over Monday Night Raw tonight. And we'll go over everything that happened on the show tonight. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, as you guys know that we are on the road to 600 subscribers, as we are trying to get closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. Hit that thumbs up button for tonight's episode, guys. We are trying to get to 15 likes for this episode. So if you guys can hit that thumbs up button, it would be greatly appreciated. Go follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at @Phillymatt_. You guys can also follow the official Outside the Brand TikTok on there. You guys can just search up Outside the Brand, and it should be popping up for you guys. And that's also down in the description below as well. Outside the Brand is officially on TikTok, so you guys can go check that out if you guys are ever so inclined. Go get the merchandise. Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. We might be moving shops, so I will be getting more details on that as the weeks progress. But as of right now, we are still on Bonfire, and that is the exclusive home of Outside the Brand. If we do change over, I'll let you guys know. The possible changeover could be to Teespring. So like I said, I got to get some more details on that. But let me work out some of the details, and I'll definitely get you guys in the loop when it comes to that. But for right now, bonfire.com is still the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. So you guys can go get anything that you guys want now, go get it. Go get it at bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. All right, guys. Let's get right into Monday Night Raw. I don't want to mess around tonight. I kind of want to just get through this, and we will see you guys throughout the rest of the week because we are going to be busy. We got the Monday Night Raw review, which is tonight. We got the Tuesdays Talk, which is live on here and on the Panda Wrestling Company Network for tomorrow. We got the Dynamite review on Wednesday. If there's any Clash to Castle news, that'll most likely be reported on Thursday. So if there is, there will be a Thursday episode. If not, there won't be. There's going to be the Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage post show. So there is that. We got Saturday is Clash to Castle, right? Clash to Castle is this Saturday. So we'll have our Saturday for the prediction show and then our review show. And then All Out, then there's Worlds Collide as well for Sunday. Worlds Collide for Sunday. So we'll probably have the Sunday for the Worlds Collide, not only post-show, but predictions. And then obviously the All Out predictions and post-show as well. So you guys are going to be getting a ton of content here on the channel over this week because this is just a crazy big week for professional wrestling, and you guys are not going to want to miss any of it. So stay tuned to Outside the Brand for all of the wrestling news. So guys, that is that, and this is this, and we are going to be getting right into the Monday Night Raw post show officially on Outside the Brand. So let's get right into it. We started off here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as we had AJ Styles kick off the show tonight, and he was in a tag match with Dolph Ziggler. What up, Russell Spot? He was in a tag match with Dolph Ziggler versus the Judgment Day's Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Now, yes, Russell Spot, before you say something, I am alone tonight. I don't know why. But Olaf is in school. I completely, tolerate that. School's first. And then everybody else, they're doing their own thing. But I'm here. I'm fine with doing this alone. But yeah, it's really cool. We got AJ and Dolph versus Damian Priest and Finn Balor in this tag match tonight. This match wasn't bad by any means. This match went a good 8.5 minutes, and it was a pretty good tag match to say the least. So we are back from commercial as we see Balor hit a drop kick to the face of Ziggler. Ziggler then hits a famouser. Priest then hits a sit-down chokeslam or the South of Heaven, and Ziggler onto Ziggler and secures the pinfall victory. Mo, don't worry, brother. Don't worry, brother. Just hit that thumbs up button on your way out, and you can get some sleep. I'll talk to you soon, Mo. Don't worry. But But yeah, so South of Heaven got the victory. And there you go. Rep Miz Dexter was in his car. I know, bro. We'll talk about that. That was freaking scary. That was crazy. That was awesome, though. But yeah, good luck at school tomorrow. Hope you do well. All right. Stay safe. God bless. Get good grades. Report back. Report back to me. Report back to me. Report back to me. All right. But yeah, hit that thumbs up button on your way out. Go get some sleepy asshole and get to school. We love you, Mel. Thank you so much for being here anyway, man. Go get some rest and get to school. But yeah, 8.5 minutes. This was a good match for what it was, South of Heaven. And after the match, Edge made his entrance. Edge says that he didn't come back to take the spotlight from anyone. Edge says that last week he went to war with Priest. Edge then said that the Judgment Day is angry and emo. Ray and Dominic then attack the Judgment Day from behind with kendo sticks. Dominic then teases hitting Rhea with a kendo stick, but eventually backs off, and then Rhea is dragged away. She takes the kendo stick from Dominic, and then gets dragged away. They retreat into the crowd. All of this is planning for Dominic to turn at Clash of the Castle. This is easily being planted. This is easily being planted to get him to be turning on Ray and Edge for Clash of the Castle. This makes all the sense in the world to do it. Good night, Mel. This makes all the sense in the world to do it right now, especially. And the thing is, it just works. It just works. When you saw Rhea just take the kendo stick slowly from Dominic, I knew right then and there. I'm like, oh, that's setting up something. That's setting up something. And then when we saw the whole Edge and the whole signs for Kurt Angle thing, and them in the back talking, and Ray saying that he just needs experience, and it's nothing against his son, but he just needs experience on his side. You can tell. You can tell something's happening. So I think we're going to get the turn on Saturday, and Dominic will most likely be joining Judgment Day. I don't know if it'll be a good thing for him because he's working with some great people, and it'll actually get him, somewhat of a character. I love Dominic, I do, but the thing is, Dominic just needs something more, and Dominic, with this, it'll help him in the long run. So I do believe that this is going to happen. I do believe it's going to happen this Saturday at Clash of the Castle, and I could not be more excited about that. The next match we had was Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss taking on Katie Arquette, Kayla Sparks, and Danny Moe. Speaking of Moe, this match was like 3 minutes. I mean, this was really just a showcase for Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss before their match with Control at Clash of the Castle. Bianca took down Katie with a drop kick. Asuka then hit a hip attack. Asuka then lands a series of backhands to the face of Danny, followed by the German suplex. Bianca then hits a KOD on Sparks, and Asuka then forces Danny to tap out with the Asuka lock. Easy. Blank, done. Bianca Belair then says that at Clash of the Castle, Bayley, Io, and Dakota are going down. Kurt Angle then makes his way down to the ring in his hometown. Kurt Angle then says at Clash of the Castle, it is going to be great. Alpha Academy then interrupt, and Gable then introduces Angle as his personal hero. Gable then says that the Alpha Academy is looking for a new member, and Gable says that he thinks that they can change the world if Kurt joined the Alpha Academy for just one night. Just one night. Otis then gives Kurt the Alpha Academy jacket. Kurt then throws down the jacket and he just refuses to join. Kurt and Gable, they exchange shooshes. So shoosh, 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 and then they just, they shoosh at the same time. It's a shoosh off. Otis then he is about to attack Angle, but the Street Profits then make their save. Ford then says that they could be at the right place at the wrong time. The Profits then challenge Alpha Academy to a match, and Gable accepts, but only if Kurt joins Alpha Academy if they lose. Kurt and the Street Profits accept the challenge. Then we had the match, Street Profits and the Alpha Academy. Good match for what it was. This match actually took a little while to get through, as this was a 16-minute tag team match, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that Triple H is really focusing on the tag team wrestling here. We're not getting like 5-minute tag matches. We are getting 16-minute tag matches on Monday Night Raw, which is, you couldn't ask for anything more than that. I love that. I do. I think, especially with the caliber of these teams, the Street Profits are phenomenal. Alpha Academy, no matter what you think about them, whether you like the shushing, whether you don't, what they say on commentary is true. Chad Gable really revolutionized what Otis is. Otis, after Tucker got fired, and I'm just being completely blunt with you guys, he got fired. After all of that, I didn't think Otis had enough. I didn't think Otis was going to last longer than 3 months after Tucker got released. I thought Otis would be right there behind him. Like 3 months later, I thought Otis would be right there with him. But no, they kept him around. They got Gable with him. And Gable just helped Otis in ways that, honestly, I don't think anybody ever thought that he could. Gable is the saving grace for Otis. And it's crazy to even think about it in that way, but it is. It really is. He really is the saving grace for Otis, because at the end of the day, I don't think anybody really ever thought that Otis was going to amount that much as a singles guy. And obviously they put him back as a tag team guy because they didn't really think of him as singles either. But the fact that Chad Gable, they were thrown together and it actually worked, that says something. That's not only saying something about, the work rate of Otis and how much Otis really wanted to make that work, but that also says something about Gable, because they gave Gable the trust in order to get him to where they needed him to be. And Gable's always been great. They just never utilized him in the right ways. So I'm glad that they actually got that. I do. And it's been a great thing for them. And the Street Profits are always good. No matter what I think about them. No matter if I think they just show up just to show up at times. They're great. And I can't, dispute that. So that's good. So we had a 16-minute tag match with Street Profits and Alpha Academy. And like I said, this was fantastic for what it was. We had, we're back from commercial as we see Ford hit a DDT on Gable. Otis then hits a spinning elbow on Dawkins, and Dawkins then hits an enziguri to Gable, followed by the silencer, and secures a very close near fall. Gable then hit a German suplex onto Dawkins, followed by a crossbody onto Ford. Gable then hits a Northern Lights suplex on Ford to secure a close near fall. Gable then locks Ford into an ankle lock. Ford then locks Gable into an ankle lock. Dawkins then punches Gable into a back suplex. from Ford, and then Ford hits a frog splash from the top rope onto Gable to secure the pinfall victory. The From the Heavens frog splash. They just call it a frog splash here in these notes, but it's from the heavens. And they got the pinfall victory at 16 minutes and 5 seconds. After the match, the Street Profits and Kurt Angle share some bottles of milk, which I believe is great. That's just a great touch. That's a great detail. That's a great touch. And after that, Kurt Angle also threw some milk into the crowd as well. So there was that. We have footage from earlier on in the day with Seth Rollins and Riddle fighting in the parking lot, which was crazy. I didn't even know that was happening. But that was cool. We had Corey Graves. He's here to host a face-to-face interview with Riddle and Rollins. Riddle then says he hasn't been targeted. He hasn't been targeting. Rollins says that he hasn't been targeting Riddle, but a clash was meant to happen. Rollins then says that that no one likes Riddle, and Riddle says that he's going to be here for a long time. Rollins says after Riddle, he's moving on to the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. The milk will be on eBay tonight. Well, easily. That's easily going on eBay. After Riddle, he is going after the WWE Undisputed Universal title. Rollins then says that he is going to stomp Riddle's head into the mat and show everyone who the man is around WWE. Riddle then says there's only one man in WWE, and that is Becky. There's only one man in that relationship, and that is Becky. Rollins then said after the interview was over, he says that Riddle's wife divorced him and took his kids. Obviously, Riddle didn't take too kindly to that, and says that he is going to fuck up Rollins, and then both men storm off. I love it. Riddle is gonna fuck up Rollins, and then they just leave. Listen, this is the one match at Clash at the Castle I'm really 50-50 on, because I love both of them. I love Rollins. I love Riddle. Rollins needs to win. But I'm not going to be shocked if they give it to Riddle after what happened in that, because I don't know if that was planned. I don't know if that whole, wife divorced him and took the kids thing. I don't know if that was part of the script or not. Maybe there could have been legit heat, and maybe they just said that in the moment. But, Rollins needs to win more, but I'm not going to be shocked if they give it to Riddle. This one's really the one where I'm 50-50 on. Seriously. I don't know. I don't know who I'm going to pick. But man, is it, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see where they go from there. Is it going to be Rollins or is it going to be Riddle that wins at Clash of the Castle? It's just going to be a very interesting way to turn. For sure. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. My computer's about to die, and I don't want it to die during the stream. I'll be right back. I'm going to put on our... Here, you guys can look at the logo. I'll be right back. we go. You guys can still hear me. I'm here. I'm right here. Just gotta plug in my computer. I'm not gonna have the stream die because of my computer. Could have sworn I had this thing charged. There we go. And we're back. See, just a little commercial break. But yeah, either way, this is going to be a great match at Clash of the Castle. What up, Jacko? This is going to be a great match at Clash of the Castle. I think it's going to just be fantastic. So let's move on real quick as we got our next match in Bobby Lashley and The Miz. This was very interesting. This match was way longer than I thought it was going to be. But the thing is, I love that it was. OD Bars, what's up? My name is not Daniel. My name's Phil. But welcome to the show for Outside the Brand tonight. This match was way longer than I thought it was going to be. Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 39, most likely. But yeah, Bobby Lashley won with the Hurt Lock in 10 minutes, 50 seconds, basically an 11-minute match. This match was very cool because we saw Dexter a lot during this. And this was a really cool thing to see. So we came back from commercial break as we saw Lashley hit a flatliner on The Miz. Lashley then goes to send Miz into the ring post, but Ciampa blocks off the ring post. Miz then sends Lashley into the steel steps and then chokes Lashley against the second rope. Miz then kicks away at Lashley in the corner, and Lashley then hits a flatliner on Miz. Lashley then hits a power slam onto Miz, and then Ciampa hits Lashley with a clothesline to the back of the head while the referee was dealing with the Miz on the other side of the ring. Miz then hit a DDT on Lashley to secure a close near fall, and then we see Dexter Lumis watching from the crowd, and then Lashley locks in the Hurt Lock for the submission victory. And there we go. In about 11 minutes, Lashley wins by submission. The Usos and Sami Zayn make their entrance. Jay says that the bloodline is now in his city. Jimmy then hypes up the 2 years championship celebration on SmackDown. Zayn then says that the Usos are the most dominant tag team in history. Kevin Owens then interrupts. He says that Reigns still owes him one. And then Zayn says that Rollins doesn't owe Owens anything. Zayn then says that the Usos respect him. Owens then says that he doesn't care what Jimmy does to anyone but him. Owens then challenges Jay to a match. We're all friends here in this chat, my friend. We're all here. We're all friends in this chat. If you hit that subscribe button now, you're a part of the OTB family. There you go, my man. No, listen, we're all friends here. We love interacting with you guys in the chat, and we love talking pro wrestling. So hit that subscribe button down below. Join the community and join the family today, man. We'd love to have you here. And we'd have Jay versus Kevin Owens. Again, match was great. We had a good match here. I say this match was like about 8 to 10 minutes. This match wasn't too long, but it really did get the job done, as it got the whole story between Sami and Kevin and the Usos started. And we are going to be seeing that tag team match at Extreme Rules. I'm telling you guys right now, we will have those two teams for the Undisputed Tag titles at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And we're going to see some new tag team champions. It's going to be a good thing. So, Owens, he hit a super kick onto Jay. followed by a frog splash from the top rope to secure yet another near fall. Owens then challenges Zayn to hit him, but Jay then hits a tope suicida instead. Jay then insists that Sami hits Owens with a steel chair, but Zayn refuses, and then Owens hits a stunner on Jay for the win. And there you go. Owens picks up the win by pinfall after the stunner. Good stuff there. The plans are being set because Sami Zayn, he doesn't want to hit his former friend and Kevin Owens because of everything that they went through, but he's a part of the bloodline, so he's going to have to answer to Roman and the Usos. It's a thing, and it's going to be great. I love it. I love the way that they did this. I really did. We then had our main event. The WWE Women's Tag Team Championships are on the line as Damage Control and Dakota Kai and Io Sky took on Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. This was a damn good match, but this was fucking pointless. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Damage Control had this won. They should have won this match. They really should have, but they didn't. They gave it to Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez after 11 minutes. I mean, all you had to do was give it to Dakota. I'm freaking tired. All you had to do was give it to Dakota and Io. That's all you had to do. And they didn't. They didn't for some reason. And I know Dakota and Io are already at Clash of the Castle. With those two and Bayley taking on Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss. But you still could have gave them the tag team titles because it would have meant something if the tag team titles were involved in this, along with the Rollins Championship. It makes all the sense in the world that you could have done it that way, but they didn't do it. They gave it to Raquel and Aaliyah. Now, nothing happened after that match either. Like, nothing happened. We had all of them out there, but it just didn't live up to the expectations like they were trying to make it. And the thing is, giving it to them when they aren't even a legit tag team, you're already starting off the women's tag team titles on a bad foot on their rebirth. The women's tag team titles I thought were supposed to be, something special again, and especially with the possible return of Sasha and Naomi, I thought it was going to be something more special than that. To me, they just feel like placeholders. I was talking to D from TikTok earlier on in our live with Husky and all of them and Wheels and all that. They just feel like placeholders. And it's going to be placeholders for when the real champions come back. And that is Sasha and Naomi. Unless we have a open challenge for the tag titles at Clash of the Castle, them being the tag team champions on its rebirth means nothing. And the thing is, if we do have that, and if we get Sasha and Naomi winning back the tag team titles at Clash in this open challenge, and I'm possibly proposing, if that even does happen, then that's a 6-day reign for Dakota. That's a 6-day reign for Raquel and Aaliyah, and you're already starting off the tag team titles on a bad foot. Either way, this match should have just went to Damage Control. Period. And they should have went to Dakota, and they should have went to Io, and that was it. But the thing is, I should have expected them doing this because Dakota and Io were already in a match for Clash. So, I mean, we probably should have saw that coming. But them winning the tag team titles just made the most sense in that entire tournament. And they didn't even bother doing it. They didn't even bother doing it. I mean, look at this tag team tournament. Now, this was only when the first match happened, when they won their match. Everything else was, this was the original tournament. But obviously, Zoe Stark and Nikita, they got, well, one of them couldn't get to the state. One of them couldn't get to Canada, so they couldn't do that. Then they allowed Natalya and Sonya to get back into the tournament. They were in the semifinals against Raquel and Aaliyah to get to the finals, and then it was just bad. It was bad from the start. This entire tournament was doomed. This entire tournament was cursed. And honestly, this is all WWE's fault. It is. I love Triple H, but the thing is, they should have never brought these tag team championships back. There's a reason why Sasha and Naomi dropped these tag team titles on John Laurinaitis' desk and left. There's a fucking reason. It's because they don't give a shit about these titles. They don't care, and they're not going to care. And that's just it. That's just it. The match was not bad. But they don't care about these titles. They don't care about these titles. And yeah, you can say, well, they're giving two new women a chance in Raquel and Aaliyah. And that I'm fine with. But at the end of the day, I don't see these two lasting as tag team champions at least by Survivor Series. We're going to see new tag team champions by Survivor Series. They are not going to be tag team champions come November. And I want you guys to be prepared for that. Yeah. They knew what we were expecting and they swerved us. Exactly. Dan. I can complain. I can complain because the thing is, it was just so perfect to book them as the tag team champions. You could have Dakota. You could have Io. You could have Sasha. You could have Naomi. You could have had those for the unification of those titles, and you could have just crowned the real champions. Just makes sense. And yeah, sure, you can do the whole unification thing anyway with Dakota, with Sasha and Naomi versus Raquel and Aaliyah. But what is that going to prove? What good does that do? There's no story there. At least with the story with Sasha and Naomi versus Damage Control, you can have a story because of Bayley. Bayley and Sasha, it's right there. No. Raquel and Aaliyah, they are the new women's tag team champions. You come back from commercial break as they see Sky and Raquel. Sky hitting Raquel with a dropkick. Raquel then launches Io into Kai, and Io then hits a code red onto Raquel and secures a close near fall. Raquel then turns Io inside out with a shoulder tackle, and Kai then hits a running boot to the face of Raquel in the corner, followed by a top rope moonsault to secure a close near fall. Aaliyah then rolls Kai for the pinfall victory. Now, initially I thought that Io Sky was the legal competitor. I thought she was a legal competitor, but I guess Dakota tagged in at some point during the match to make herself legal. Either way, we got new women's tag team champions. I think this tournament was a complete waste of time. You could have had your champions in Damage Control and you completely wasted it. This Raw was not really all that noteworthy, other than a few segments with Angle, Edge, and Ray. Obviously, the Seth Rollins and Riddle stuff. Dexter Lumis is fantastic. Other than that, it wasn't really all that good of a show. And the thing is, this might have been the worst Triple H led Monday Night Raw by far, but it wasn't a bad Raw by any means. Like I said earlier, it wasn't a bad Raw by any means. It's just this show before Clash at the Castle could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot better. But we'll see where things go. Madara says, I think they did this because they wanted to see how the fans would react. Plus, it continues it for a later date. I can see that. I can see that. From my standpoint, it's not a good idea having those two as the tag team champions. But for any other fan's standpoint, it's just giving two new people a chance. And I love giving new people a chance, don't get me wrong. I love Aaliyah. I love Raquel. But you just had the picture perfect story right there with Control and Sasha and Naomi, and they just didn't capitalize on it. They didn't trigger it. But that's just me. We live and we learn. We're going to have some ups and downs when it comes to Triple H and Control, but it's at the end of the day, I love Triple H, and he always has a plan. So I'm fine with him executing the plan if it's just if we're going to get there eventually. If we're going to get there eventually, I'm fine with it. It's just it's up and down, but we'll see. I mean, like I said, it wasn't a bad Raw. It wasn't a bad Raw. I just didn't think it was really all that noteworthy. But in 11 minutes, 18 seconds, we got new women's tag team champions in Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah. And yeah, that's it. If you guys have anything else to say before we get the hell out of here, I kind of want to get this thing to an hour, so we can talk in the comments. I'll highlight your comments. We'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, just for the week or anything. I'm an open book, so just type in the chat. I'll highlight them, and we'll talk. We'll talk to get this thing to an hour. Dara says Triple H is doing a good job. He's picking right up where Vince left off. Seth's segment was crazy. I agree. I think here's the thing with Triple H. Like I said earlier, it's not going to be right away that we're going to be seeing some changes. As long as we see some subtle changes here and there, we're getting some pretty damn good storylines. We're getting professional wrestling at the end of the day. Triple H has he's got a lot to work with. But the thing is, he's going to have to, he's going to have to build towards this, right? We're not going to be seeing completely drastic changes overnight. SmackDown is abysmal. Raw is getting better. SmackDown is getting better, but it's not like in your face, like right there in front of you, saying yes, it's getting better. We're getting subtle changes. I don't think we're really going to be seeing the full Triple H vision until like at least a year and a half, year and a half in. We need to let Triple H get the ball rolling when it comes to this stuff. And once he does, we're there. We're there. It's going to be great, but we just got to let him get his control. No pun intended with Io and Dakota and Bayley. When is Bray coming back, bro? I'm hoping Clash, but it's within the next few weeks for sure. I would say give it by the end of September, and he will be back. He will be back by the end of this month. Not this month, because the end of this month is tomorrow. But give it to the end of September, he'll be back. I guarantee you Bray will be back by the end of September, October, around there. That Riddle and Seth segment was crazy. I think WWE is going up the charts. It is, man. WWE is doing some great stuff right now. WWE has been doing some fantastic stuff, and I love the way that I love the way that Triple H has been doing it, man. You know, he is allowing these superstars to be themselves in these promos. He's allowing them to be themselves. And the thing is, when you're yourself, you're authentic. And when you're authentic, you can feel that through the screen, and the fans will gravitate towards you. That's what we want. We don't want anything forced. We don't want anything to just feel bleh. If you're genuine and if you're like honest with us, we'll be behind you. It's just a matter of what they can do to get us there. They need to change the stage. That's my movement on TikTok, man. Hashtag change the stage. I'm telling you guys, get on that. Use the hashtag, man. If we get that thing going, we can get it to happen. Hashtag change the stage. Hashtag change the stage. There you go. Change the stage. There you go. I'm excited for Clash. Me too. I am very excited for this show. This show is going to be great. I love the way that Triple H built this card. And reading up and down this card right now, I'm not going to see a bad match. Like, I'm not going to see a bad match. We got Roman and Drew. It's going to be a banger. We got Liv and Shayna. That match is going to be great. Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Bianca versus Bayley, Dakota, and Io. That match is going to be fantastic. Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. Banger. Banger. Walter and Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. Fan-fucking-tastic. That match could possibly be match of the night. And then Edge and Ray versus the Judgment Day and Balor and Damian. Everything about it is great. I love it. Now, do I think Drew is winning? I love Drew, but for me, it's Cody or nothing. It's Cody or nothing. I love Drew. I want Drew to win at Clash. And honestly, I am picking Drew to win at Clash. But for me, it's Cody or nothing. I wanted Cody to be the one to beat Roman. I did. But obviously, Cody can't because he tore his pec. Not his fault. He did it during training. But if it wasn't for his torn pec, it would have been Cody to beat to beat Roman. It's just going to have to be the way it is, and Drew will beat Roman, most likely at Clash to Castle. So I'm fine with it. It's just, I think he does win. I do. Dexter was hilarious tonight. Dexter was scary tonight, Madara. The man just showed up in the back of Miz's car. Flashlight shining on him and all. Like, that was freaking scary. That was absolutely awesome, though. I love it. I love the way that they are presenting Dexter. I do. I love the way that they are presenting Dexter. Everything about the way that they're doing it is great. I love it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it. I do. What else you guys got for me? We got like 10 minutes. What else you guys got for me? You guys got anything else? You guys can talk about any other wrestling as well. It doesn't just have to be WWE.
I mean, I know we're on the WWE Raw post show, but you guys can talk about anything wrestling for this week. I'm an open book. I can talk about it all. So go ahead if you guys have anything else. Listen, and that's the one thing I probably won't be talking about, Marquise. MJF will return when MJF returns. If he even does. And then OD says the same thing. MJF will return when MJF returns, if he even does. The thing is, I want him to return at Grand Slam in New York, because I think it just makes sense, having it being in Queens and everything like that. But if that happens at All Out, if it happens at, in Queens at Grand Slam, it doesn't matter. I just want MJF back in AEW. MJF in AEW it just makes the most sense. I think MJF would be pretty good in WWE, but the thing is, MJF in AEW just fits. So I hope he does return to AEW. I do. But MJF will return when MJF wants. And you say MJF to WWE? Like I said, I don't think it wouldn't be that bad of an idea. But the thing is, for me, MJF is always an AEW guy, and he always will be. Even if he showed up to WWE, I always think he'll just be an AEW guy. I do. MJF in AEW just fits more. And the thing is, with Triple H involved with WWE now, I don't think MJF would be bad in WWE, especially with Triple H, but he's just AEW to me. That's all. Will Ospreay would be phenomenal in WWE. If Triple H ever got his hands on Will Ospreay, he'd be champion within like the first year. He'd be the world champion within the first year. And you can mark my words on that. MJF would be the world champion in WWE within the first year and a half tops, if he ever went to WWE. You can quote me on that. You're probably screen recording that right now, and that is perfectly fine. But the thing is, I truly believe in that statement. I do. Will Ospreay would be phenomenal in WWE, especially with Triple H. This is a football question, and this will probably be the last question of the night before I do my outro and get the hell out of here. Do I think the Ravens can win it all? I do. And the thing is, the only problem is our fucking wide receiver core. Everything else is perfect. This defense is going to be fantastic. We got a great 3-person tight end set with Mark Andrews, Nick Boyle, Isaiah Likely. All we need to do is just give Lamar the bag. Give Lamar his money. Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, our running back room is so good. Lamar can throw and run. The only problem is our fucking wide receiver core. But the thing is, our wide receivers actually balled out this preseason, so I'm honestly not going to be too upset. I just want Lamar to get a ring. I do. It might not happen in Baltimore, but the thing is, I just want Lamar to get a ring so that everybody can just shut the fuck up about him not being a winner. He has the most wins under the age of 25, and people still give him crap. It's ridiculous. But that's just me. And Sasha just posted on Instagram. Sasha, get back to WWE, please. Alright, that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. If you guys enjoyed what you heard tonight, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure to hit that, the thumbs up button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to 600 subscribers. Turn on the bell for all notifications. Go get the merch at bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand, and it's merchandise. You guys can go get anything that you guys want on the Bonfire store right now, so go check that out. You guys can go check out anything that you may have missed on the channel. All that is in the description below. You guys can go get, you guys can follow us on social media. All that is down in the description below. You guys can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. That's all down there. And you guys can follow the official OTB TikTok. Outside the Brand is officially on TikTok now. I'll probably have to go through this live to get like an actual clip for the OTB TikTok page. But yeah, go check that out if you guys haven't already. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the bell, and we will talk to you guys soon. The Rams might repeat. It's very hard to repeat, but with that Rams team, with Sean McVay, it's not honestly all that out of the realm of possibility. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll talk to you guys soon. Tomorrow, catch us on OTB and Independent Wrestling Company. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.